Can anyone beat Carlos?
Alcaraz just too good.
Maybe even catch Djokovic.
Now that Carlos Alcaraz has won the Australian Open, everyone is wondering the same thing and asking the same question. Will he be the next greatest of all time? Is it tennis? At the tender age of 22, he has accomplished something that the majority of players can only dream of accomplishing. His victory in the Australian Open led him to complete the career Grand Slam, making him the youngest player in the history of tennis to emerge victorious at all 4 major tournaments: the Australian Open, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the United States Open, all prior to reaching the age of 23. Simply because of this, he is a member of a very select club of legendary figures.
I don't want this to be the end for his career. I want him to keep going and see if he can maybe even catch Djokovic. He's got a long way to go to do that, obviously, with 24. But the one thing with Alcaraz that's so amazing to me is he wins the big moments in every match that he plays. He wins the 5-setters. He's the guy that comes through with the biggest moments. He seems to be more confident, more relaxed. I guess it helps that you're lightning fast. So if you're a little tight, you can still run down every ball, and that gives you somewhat of an edge.
You want to knock off all 4, in my mind. You want to have the career Grand Slam. And to look, for Carlos Alcaraz to do this, to set the history books to be the youngest man to do it in the Open era, that is something that is remarkable. That goes down in the history books forever. I mean, that's something Roger, Rafa, Novak weren't able to do. So to etch your name into history, especially with those guys of this generation playing tennis, it's remarkable. And it's just so much fun to watch Carlos Alcaraz play tennis. He is a must-watch every single time he steps on court. He's the best all-court player on tour right now. I mean, Sinner's obviously a close second. And it's just, these two guys are just head and shoulders above. I mean, as Jimmy mentioned, I don't think anybody can beat Carlos and Jannik in back-to-back matches at a slam. If Novak can't do it, I don't think anybody can do it at the moment at a slam.
Well, and the setup for Novak at this event was as good as it's going to get. He got a default in the round of 16. He got a default in the quarterfinal. So he comes into the semifinal fresh at the slam where he's had the most success. If there was ever going to be a time he was going to get them both, it would have been here, and he still wasn't quite up to it. Of course, Alcaraz is the best all-court. I don't know if Sinner on a hard court, hard to know if he's ahead of Alcaraz. It doesn't seem as though he is right now because Alcaraz has the ability to change things up. He'll suddenly lift the ball. He'll do some different things, and Sinner's more of a straightforward bang the ball through the court. He can open it up as well, but I think Alcaraz has the edge right now in that match.
Alcaraz demonstrated his boldness by earning a victory over Novak Djokovic on the most prestigious platform in Melbourne, superiority in terms of both physical strength and tactical acumen that well beyond his years. A significant number of specialists are of the opinion that this victory is a symbolic transfer of power from the age of the Big Three to a new generation that is being headed by Alcaraz.
Legitimately can chase Novak.
He's incredible. I mean, he's won 7 slams by 22, which is the most by anybody. If you're comparing, Nadal, Federer, Borg, Novak, you name it. So he's on a pretty damn impressive path to rewrite history books if he can continue this trajectory.
I think our talks with this Carlos, Jannik, and I feel like we've all kind of gone like, we bet 50-50 on them, who's the best. For me now, Carlos just feels...
Clearly, we've never seen a more explosive tennis player ever than Alcaraz, right? As athletes evolve, is it possible that someone in 15 years' time can be even more athletic than Alcaraz? Or is he at the very, very top? I mean, I don't see how it's possible. But you said that 15, 20 years ago as well.
Yeah, you said that with Rafa too, right?
I don't see how it's possible.
Exactly. But his just pure explosion, his fast twitch, I would put up with any athlete in the world, period. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we just watched 2 of the best athletes in the world ever compete with Djokovic and Alcaraz in all sports combined. Alcaraz not sweating in the final. Or ever, for that matter. There's no sweat on the head.
It makes no sense to me.
I'm floored every time I watch it.
I don't get
not
it.
even on his face, not like his shoulders, like he's wearing a sleeveless. There was nothing. Like, did he change his shirt once in 4 sets?
He'll change the shirt, but not a drop of sweat on the head.
It's amazing.
How lucky is tennis that after the big 3, big 4, you have this guy whose game you can't take your eyes off of. I'd won all of the things before Rafa, Roger, Novak, Borg. Simply has just walked into the conversation with the best of all time. There's only so many people on earth that can walk around and say to any Grand Slam venue and be like, oh, I won here too. The youngest to have ever done it by a couple of years, edging out Rafa. And then after Rafa, it jumps too. It's not as if there's like Rafa and then there's like 3 people close, like within.
The reactions from the tennis world have been astounding. Novak Djokovic himself called Alcaraz's achievement unprecedented and admitted that Carlos is already one of the toughest opponents he has ever faced. Rafael Nadal has consistently commended Alcaraz's mentality, energy, and respect for the game. While Roger Federer previously said that winning a career Grand Slam at such an early age would be something truly special. When legends speak like this, people listen. Fans, however, are divided. Some say Alcaraz is already an all-time great, pointing to his adaptability on all surfaces, his ability to beat the top players in big finals, and his explosive yet intelligent playing style. Others argue that it's still too early, stating the GOAT label is about long-term dominance, consistency over decades, and surviving multiple generations of challengers, something only time can verify. The GOAT debate is difficult. Players like Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic didn't just win Grand Slams. They dominated the sport for nearly 20 years. To achieve that level, Alcaraz would need to stay healthy, motivated, and hungry while continuing to modify his game as rivals adapt to him. But what makes this conversation distinct is that Alcaraz is already ahead of schedule. At 22, his resume already rivals athletes who had entire careers. Another crucial issue is how he plays the game. Alcaraz brings excitement back to tennis. His explosive forehand, lightning speed, creative shot-making, and emotional connection with fans make him not merely a winner, but a global sensation. Many say that tennis hasn't seen a complete package like this since the early days of the Big Three. So, can Carlos Alcaraz become the GOAT of tennis? The honest response is this. It's too early to crown him, but it's impossible to deny the road he's on. Winning a career Grand Slam this young, beating legends on the biggest stages, and moving the sport into a new era. These are the signs of someone special.
It's really important it was really important for me to accomplish and to complete the career Grand Slam. But right now I get it. I have 3 more to ahead. So I just don't want to trade any of the other Grand Slams.
We'll take those too. To do it against Novak, the greatest of all time, to beat him on the path to achieve it, what does that feel like to do it against that opponent?
Well, it's great because I always say that you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. I mean, beating Novak, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, tennis player of all time, and one of the greatest athletes of all time. Be able to beat him, it's great. That means that you've been working really hard and you've been working really well, and that's important as well. So really happy to see myself in the position that I am right now. Not because lifting the trophy, but see myself that I'm just getting mature. See myself that I just handle every situation much better than before, and that makes me really, really proud about myself.
You start playing this sport as a kid, and you have these dreams, and at 22, you're already making history. What does that feel like to be in the record books already for such a long-standing sport and tradition?
Well, it was something that I was really, looking forward to do. To be honest, putting my name on the books, breaking records. But one of the records or one of the things that I just really wanted to achieve in tennis is that the people can put myself in the table of the big guys.